All right, people, it is Saturday morning. I've actually been up since 7, but I had to allow myself to want to get in the mood to start. I also had to resist the temptation to go right back to bed and sleep until 12. But I instead decided to go ahead and place my Walmart groceries order, and that's being delivered at 12. So that helped me get motivated to get up and stay up. So what we're doing now is working on the companion piece for the Wise One 3. You see her get completed yesterday. Initially, I was going to add some detailing and designs to the beads, and I decided not to. So now it's time to go ahead and start on him. So let's get it. Now, we're going to be doing a lot of borrowing on this one, and that means me strategically pulling from areas of this block of clay that can spare me cutting off more clay in order to achieve desired effect. Now, I've still got another whole bag of spare clay here, so there's absolutely no need to stress, but I just want to pull from this block of clay first. I'm speaking in a stilted fashion because I'm distracted. I'm trying to find a particular tool that, as always, is likely right in front of my face, but I've got first hours of the morning blindness, and I just can't seem to locate it. So now I'm looking around behind me, wondering if I took it out of this area. And good thing I did, because it was on the floor. This is what I was looking for. So I'm going to cut some off of here where this juts out, because that can be spared. And cut all the way through. I'm just going to pull that away. Push some of this clay down so that it still holds solidly and can stand on its own. All right. Now, I want his eyes similar to hers, but I want his eyes to be, I don't know, a little more almond-shaped. Hers are very long and oval, and I think I want his to be in the pocket as a little more of an almond shape. My nails have grown out on my thumbs, so this one in particular, so I don't like really sculpting while they're this long, but I haven't bought any nail polish remover, and I can't get into doing all of that now, so I'll deal with it. I'm just making very deep indentations in here. And I'm not rolling this quite into a ball, but still not quite into the almond shape that it's going to be. I can go in and adjust that considerably when I'm sculpting, so I'm not too worried about the shape of it right now. I think that's about the size I want his to be. I can still use considerably less, so let me cut this in half. Do what I need to do. I'm telling you, I have no concept of proportions. I told you that. I meant it. All right, I feel more comfortable with that. Still return and press out more. If you wonder if the shaping of these have any significance, it's not a conscious significance. It's not symbolic of anything aside from looking totem-like, like it might have been pulled from a wall or pulled from an abscess of a mountain or a pyramid. So it doesn't have to be. These are very stylized sculptures that I'm doing of this series, The Wise One, and all facial features and proportions are not intended to be realistic. So I'm just having fun with how I do this. A lot of fun. How I shape these, how I create these. The sky's the limit, I think I want that for his area underneath the nose to be very accentuated, very exaggerated. So I'm just building up that area now with the clay. I want his features to jut forward. And again, because of the length of my nails, which isn't much, they're getting in the way. So it's best for me to go in and compact the clay with a tool for now. Now, I am purposely making him very aged, because the thing about the wise ones that they're presenting themselves to me as is not necessarily couples, but just those who have represented guidance, knowledge, experiences that they've grown from, and the people who share in those discoveries don't only have to be lovers or husband and wife. A lot of those discoveries come from dealing with your parents, your grandparents. So there will be pairings in the wise ones as I work on this series that is going to occur for you as a granddaughter with her grandfather, a daughter with her father, a daughter with her uncle, a woman with her next door neighbor that she always looked after because he was an elder and didn't really have anyone else, just anyone who has brought legacy, beauty, and respect to the community, to the Black community, is what the wise ones, for me, represents. So why pair them, male and female? Because I believe masculine and feminine energy is very important in our culture. It needs to be respected. We can't be battling against each other. We need to be pulling resources from each other and gaining perspectives from each other. And that's what the wise ones are for me. And wise does not, as we know, necessarily go hand in hand with age. So don't get stuck on that aspect, because I'm not. And some of you might also notice that I made the decision to upturn the corners of his mouth a little bit, because he is a formidable figure on his own, just the age. And I knew that I wanted to make him thicker than I had been making the wise ones. They appear a lot more slender, and I knew that I wanted him to have a little healthiness to him, a little more weight on him. So he's a formidable figure on his own because his size is different from the others. You know, of course, he's an obvious elder. The bags under his eyes, you know, the wrinkles and folds in his skin, things like that, that, you know, give him the appearance of being very aged. But I did not want him to be so stern that he looked unapproachable. I wanted him to look like the granddad that always has a joke at the ready, you know? The father who really indulges his children and spoils them, and they deserve it because they're not bad kids. And he's grown into his elder years happy and pleased with what he's created, with what he's done, how he's presented himself as a man, as a citizen of the black community. And even though the age is evident, I wanted it to be apparent that so is the peace, so is the smile, so is everything that makes life worth living. He's happy, you know? He's a happy old man. And that's important. And I'm still trying to even upturn the corners a little bit more because I just want him to have that look to him. I want him to be approachable, and I want him to look like the man that you say, hey, let me ask you about this girl I'm dealing with, man. You know, I really like her. And he's got some wisdom for you, and it doesn't involve referring to the young lady as any derogatory terms. He's going to come with that old school knowledge. Let me tell you what you do, young blood. You know, I want that. I want him to symbolize the grandfather for the granddaughter who she can talk to about anything, and he believes in her, and he's not trying to guide her life by the old school standards, but, you know, he wants her to respect certain aspects of how he came up without forcing her to adopt it for herself. I want him to symbolize all those great things that our elders can stand for when we respect them. And when they respect us, it goes both ways. So anyway, I'm going to stop right here. I had a nice sculpting session. So we are stopping here at an hour, almost exactly. It's like an hour and 1 minute, but we're not going to bother to count that 1 minute. And I'm going to let this stay out while I take my break, and I'll come back and start working on the formation of his wick locks, because yes, he is an elder that's banging with it. He has wick locks, probably because his grandkids told him it would look cool, and he said, well, you know, why not? I haven't done that before in my life. I'm gonna try it now. And they ended up coming out dope, and he loves them, and he gets them taken care of, and his granddaughters and his grandsons and his nephews and his nieces, sometimes they trim them up and retwist for him. That's what he is. All right, so I will catch y'all on the flip side. Peace.